That's so fun. Ooh, we like.
Hey guys, welcome back to DONSLIFE. Welcome to the channel. Today I've got an exciting DIY install for you. On the Corvette C8, we have these new carbon fiber magnetic paddle shifters. Let's go. So we partnered again with Extreme Online Store, not only to demonstrate this product, but to show you exactly how to install them yourself. These magnetic paddle shifters are meant to replace these, the soft spring-loaded factory ones. They should offer more precise shifting as well, and I think it's gonna look really good having those replaced with carbon fiber, and a couple styles, which I'll show you now. We have our two shifters, downshift, upshift. We have a little bag here with our Allen keys and various screws. And that's not all. You also have these carbon fiber extensions. So if we like, we can take these small ones off, which are close to the same size as the factory ones, and we can replace them with these ones. Very race inspired. I think we're gonna go this way. These have a premium construction. They use real 3K twill carbon fiber, and the carbon fiber paddles have a CNC machined billet aluminum core. I love that we have two styles to choose from, an OEM look and feel or extended. Check out how tight that carbon fiber weave is. They're UV protected, heat resistant, fade resistant, and super durable. These will definitely be lighter than the factory paddles as they weigh next to nothing. Now, I just wanted to point out you can certainly do this install without removing the steering wheel. I don't mind removing the steering wheel because it's relatively easy, but getting to these mounting screws without removing the steering wheel is a little bit annoying. Plus the wiring that connects to each of the paddles is very short. So I'm going to remove the steering wheel so that way you can see in a high level of detail exactly how these connect and what the fitment looks like, which is going to be difficult to do if the steering wheel stays on the steering column. And my deepest apologies, there will be an excessive amount of clicking in this video because it's so satisfying. Very excited. And good news, these are compatible with every C8 on the market, from the Stingray to the E-Ray to the Z06 to the ZR1. Now first things first, I highly recommend disconnecting the battery. Just remove the negative terminal, set it to the side, and then you can take off the steering wheel. We want to make sure that there's no current flowing to the airbag. Oh yeah, quick tip for you, make sure the door's open before you disconnect the battery. Ask me why I know that's important. Now when it comes to tools, you don't need a lot. We have a pry tool here to get the panels off the screwdriver. We have some Torx screwdrivers here. I think we only need a T20, but I got a 15 and a 25 just in case. It's just been a while since I've taken the steering wheel off. This one's very important. This is a T50 Torx bit. It's very important to remove the steering wheel, and you might need some leverage. I've taken my steering wheel off before, so I can probably do it by hand, but you might need a heavy duty-er ratchet or a piece of pipe, something just to give you leverage, maybe even a helper just to initially break it loose. If you want to see the video where I replaced my steering wheel, I'll link it up here, and I'll also put it in the video description. And then we also need some small screwdrivers, some for the hardware for switching out these paddles, and the others so we can disconnect the wiring to the airbag. So in the car, we want to get our pry tool in here over this plastic cover and just pop it out. It's very simple. And there's an identical one on the other side, and that exposes the 10mm bolt on each side, which you need to remove. There, that should disconnect the airbag from the steering wheel. Now we have some wiring to deal with. Here's where these tools come in handy. There's these little tabs on the side that need to be lifted up. Just be gentle. They come off very easy. These are those tabs right here. There's one on each side. Everything's color coded, so it'll be easy to put back together later. I like using the pick tool because I can get it on the side here a lot easier. Now the airbag's gonna fall, so make sure that you hold on to it. Don't want to scratch anything. And this last tab is easy. Just got to pry the plastic up a little bit and pull that out. Just put a rag down so I don't scratch the leather. There, disconnected. Set that aside, somewhere safe. Now we need to undo this harness. You have to pop this red tab out towards you a little bit and then push the yellow piece down, and this should wiggle out. I'm not showing off or anything, but I'm gonna have to do it one-handed. You can probably just use your finger to push this tab in. Just try to pull the plug and not the wires. There, steering wheel's ready to come off as soon as we take off this bolt. Now, if you're wondering why this yellow line is off center, that's because this is not the original steering wheel. This is also from Extreme Online Store. It is the carbon fiber one. Such a nice upgrade. So now we got our T50 here. And because I've had this off before, I don't expect it to be too bad. Just gonna set the camera down here. Now I'm holding the steering wheel with my legs. If I need help, I'll go get some. Got it. Now, a major tip for you, you do not want to strip this. Don't try and use a Torx bit that's too small. Make sure you have the right one, and make sure you're pushing really hard, firmly into the bolt so it can't slip out, because if you slip it out and you grind down any of these teeth, you might not be able to get this out. So take your time and use a lot of force. And don't worry about the position when you go to put it back on. There's an arrow here and it's keyed where the center is, so it should not be an issue. She's out. Okay, first let's take off these shifters. You can see with the steering wheel off, it's just a lot easier to get to these bolts. You can imagine this on the car. You need to be able to get to these Torx bolts and remove it while you have the steering column in the way. So I think this is just a lot easier and less headache. So this uses a T20. Now just carefully undo the wiring. Got to pull this white tab back, press that down. There we go. Now we'll do the other side. Notice how the wire is tucked in here. Make sure you repeat that step. White tab pulled out. There you go. Now before we install these, which will be relatively simple, we'll install the extended arms. Now I'm just going to center the paddles on each of the screws. Now, because these screws are on the outside, if we ever want to downsize and go with the smaller version, we can get access to these screws fairly easy and change it up. To give you a lot of replacement screws for various parts, I don't think we're going to need them for this install. Now we're going to reassemble. Plug in our connector, lock it, make sure our wire goes through this little hook. There we go. Install our screws from before. Doesn't pry up. It's attached really well. Well, what do you know? We did it. I think it's going to be a pretty neat experience. I can't wait to get it installed. So let's go. Okay, let's put this back together. Just going to line up our key here. Try and do this one-handed while I film. I think that looks pretty good. Plug in our harness, lock her in. Now for our retaining bolt, I put a little bit of Loctite on there. Just thread that in. Grab our airbag and simply reconnect everything. So easy. Everything looks good. Next we'll take our bolts and just get them started on both sides. Now we can tighten them up. You don't want to over torque them, so if you're more comfortable doing this by hand, that's fine too. Now we can put our covers back on. There, I think that install went pretty well. They're going to be noticeably louder than what you have now from factory. I actually want to take it on a test drive. So let's connect the battery, put the roof on because it's winter out. Don't worry, we've got our winter wheels. And then we'll grab Mrs. DONSLIFE, bring her along for the ride and get her reaction too. I wonder if somebody makes a carbon fiber overlay for all of this. Oh yeah, Extreme Online Store does. Hey Mrs. DONSLIFE.
Hello.
You get to be the first to try out these new flappy paddles.
Pretty exciting.
Don't touch them yet.
Okay.
I want to get your genuine experience. So hop in the car and just use automatic mode and wait for me in the driveway and we'll go for a little drive.
I need a pillow. Manual mode.
So you'll hit the second when you're ready.
Oh, that's so fun. Ooh, me like.
Ooh, downshift to first gear, you're brave.
Yeah, I used to drive a standard once upon a time. Oh, I like. I'm not speeding.
You find that satisfying, the clicks?
I do. It's like ASMR. I wish I would have had these when I was driving your car in Nevada. Because I drove it in manual all the time.
All right, it's my turn now.
I like that a lot.
I'm very happy with this upgrade. I love it. So to recap, these magnetic shifters give us precision shifting. Of course, we have the carbon fiber options. You can go with the OEM size or the extended like I have right now. I love that they're plug and play. There's no splicing, no cutting, and there's no errors. You won't get a code from installing these. And from what I can tell, they should be durable. They have heat resistance, fade resistance, and UV protection. So if you want to replace your quiet factory shifters with the magnetic ones, head over to Extreme Online Store. I'll leave a link in the video description below. And if you like this video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing to DONSLIFE channel, and we'll talk to you next time.